Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Core Studio. Welcome to the show. So first off, a giant thank you to everyone over at Custom Dragon Highlander who put on, well, this amazing challenge for Studio Ghibli. I'm talking about Alano, talking about Crumble Butter, and I'm talking about all the amazing people who participated and voted. This is an absolutely fantastic, well, just swath of different, really exciting custom commanders that I'm going to be going over. And I did say Ghibli earlier. I know there's some debate on how that is said. Some people say it Ghibli, some people say it Ghibli, some people say it completely different. I'm going to keep saying Ghibli, so please be gentle in the comments below when you're saying it wrong. I'm trying my best, and there are different sources that say different things. Regardless, let's jump into the exciting designs. So first up, let's start off at number 10 from Christian. This is a very exciting card, Calcifer Falling Star, a 6/6 legendary enchantment creature demon with trample that costs 5 mana in red. It's got soul bond and it says, as long as it's bonded with another creature, that creature gets +5/+5, and Calcifer gets -5/-5 and has indestructible. And this is what Christian had to say about the design. Having only seen one Ghibli movie, the character to adapt was really easy for me. One of my favorite aspects of Calcifer is how he is both a source of strength for Hal and schemes Hal's downfall, and this soul bond felt like a very flavorful way to adapt that. The deck would likely work well with fling type effects alongside just making your biggest creature a greater threat in combat with such a large buff. Yeah, I absolutely love this design. I love that this is like soul bond but in a different direction, where soul bond previously had been, well, okay, like both creatures get the exact same effect essentially, right? This one is more so, okay, I get a plus for one thing, I get a minus for another thing, but also, I mean, getting indestructible is a nice little benefit too as well. But yeah, I like the direction for Fling. Fling is one of my favorite archetypes for a deck, absolutely. My Hotline Fling deck is one of my favorite ones I have, and I can definitely see utilizing a card like this. Again, that temporary pump effect before I fling it away at an opponent, and then get another creature out there that gets another temporary pump effect to fling away as well. A really cool card, absolutely, as a commander. Really cool in the 99 as well. A very cool design. Congratulations, Christian, on your 10th place finish. Moving on to 9th place from Case of Cheese, fantastic name, we've got Ronaldo Moon, Ancient Bandit, a 2/5 Cat Spirit Rogue for 4 mana in Gruul. Whenever you sacrifice a food, Ronaldo Moon gets ++1 until end of turn. If this is the third time this ability has resolved this turn, it gains trample and deals combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power until end of turn. And activated abilities of food you control cost 1 less to activate. This is what Case of Cheese had to say about the design. When I saw the theme of this challenge, I knew I had to represent my favorite Ghibli movie, The Cat Returns. It may not be the best objectively, but there's a sense of charm, whimsy, and just goofy fun that aren't found in more serious tales like Princess Mononoke or Howl's Moving Castle. Muda the Cat, aka legendary bandit Ronaldo Moon, is one of the crew that helps the main character in her journey. He eats a lot, and he eats it fast. Muda even earned his infamy by devouring an entire river of fish in one day. Therefore, his deck should do the same. Make a lot of food, and thanks to his second ability, eat a lot of food. It's a simple design, but very effective. Grow big and crush the competition with that giant cat stomach. Yeah, I think that is amazing. That is so much fun. I love integrating food in such a cool way where, yeah, you are getting the benefit. You are pumping this, but you're also reducing the cost to make it easier for you to do so. And again, switching it to, okay, instead of just straight up power, all right, now I get that toughness boost too. And of course, there's some really cool things that you can do with that, utilizing certain types of equipment that give toughness boosts as well. And yeah, just other kind of toughness benefits too. A very cool design. Congratulations again on your 9th place finish, Case of Cheese. Let's keep things rolling, though, with number 8 from Dima Naru. We've got Lady Aboshi, Killer of Gods, a 2/5 human noble for 4 mana in Rakdos. Menace. Creatures you control with power less than their base power have Wither. Creatures your opponents control with power less than their base power are demons in addition to other types and attack each combat if able. This is what Dima Naru had to say about the design. I picked Aboshi because I wanted to highlight that, even in her cruelty, her goals were always making her community thrive. She gives your downtrodden creatures Wither, she gives the meek weapons to take what they want, and with Wither, yeah, mechanically, not even gods can get in the way. Her Her second ability, the corruption that comes from the creatures hurt by Wither the Iron losing their selves, I went to forced attacks instead of goad, as she is never immune from these consequences. Only well equipped to handle, I encourage playing a deck that has a lot of creatures who hit the field weaker than their base. Lots of -1/-1 counter synergies, but symmetrical -X effects like Karavek and Night Soul's Betrayal will undoubtedly be stars of the deck. Absolutely, I agree. This is a very unique design. I think it is super cool to bring in Wither in such a unique way. And again, utilize those creatures that maybe have a downside to them that you turn into an upside, while also, again, utilizing those just all-out effects. Again, like you said, Night of Soul's Betrayal to say, hey, everyone's got a lower power, essentially. So here we go. Your creatures are going to be attacking. They might be attacking me, but of course, maybe I have some benefits for that as well. So yeah, a very cool, very inspired design. Well thought out. Congratulations again on your 8th place finish, Demonaru. Up next in the list, though, we've got 7th place with Spaceman in Spaces, Kamaji, Master of the Boiler, a 2/6 Spider Artificer for 3 mana. In Izzet, whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, put a Boiler counter on Kamaji. Remove 2 Boiler counters from Kamaji, choose 1, create a 1/1 Black Spear creature token for each non-land card that entered a graveyard this turn, or mill a card, then add blue or red. This is what Spaceman in Space had to say about the design. I enjoyed Kamaji in the movie. He was a gruff character that ultimately helped out the main character. He reminded me of my grandfather both in appearance and personality. In the story, Kamaji runs the boiler with the help of the suit spirits, which I felt made for an interesting Izzet commander. I want to show boiling by making you increase the temperature by casting at least 2 spells each turn. Very cool. I would fill this deck with cards that fill the graveyard, yours and your opponents, and have cards that can be cast from the grave. Turn up the heat, then overrun your opponents with your horde of marketable candy-loving spirits. Absolutely. And just before I forget to show it off, adorable spirit. Oh my goodness, I love this spirit token. Okay. So, when it comes to this commander, though, yeah, I love that kind of casting multiple spells in a turn to kind of get the boiling up to increase the temperature. I love it. Of course, utilizing some proliferate effects to get even more boil counters on there, too. Or maybe just some doubling up of the counter effects, essentially, too, when it comes to things like, hey, double proliferation, infinite, not infinite, but, a creature that, can become indestructible. Just maybe one of those Phyrexians out there can help with that. That being said, being able to make a lot of, spirits to just fill things up, it's fantastic. Again, for every single non-land card that entered a graveyard this turn, you can do some crazy things with that, being like, oh, okay, mill half your library with this card. Awesome and amazing amount of things. Or also, doing some really cool milling effects and getting mana. This is a really sweet design, an awesome build around, and just a cool concept for this character. Congratulations again, Spaceman in Space, on your 7th place finish. Continuing on, we've got 6th place from Daremoon with Sophie Cursed Maiden, a 4/4 human citizen with Vanishing 3 for 3 mana in Selesnya. Sophie gets -1/-1 for each counter on it. Other creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is Sophie's power. By paying 1 and a white, you remove a counter from Sophie, exile a target creature you control, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control. This is what Daremoon had to say about the design. My inspiration for my card came from how in the movie the curse makes her old and she keeps getting younger as the movie goes on, as her bond with Hel and Calcifer gets stronger. I see this card as a counter manipulation deck using blink strats in order to keep Sophie from actually dying in Power Matters cards, of course. Absolutely, I love cards that have push and pull, and this thing has a lot of push and pull. Being able to say, you know what, over time I might get weaker again. I'm always going to have that Vanishing 3. But essentially, I've got ways to work with that. I've got ways to essentially, build up that power for my creatures over time. And again, reset things when I need to. Remove those counters, blink some things, get a lot of ETB effects. Yeah, you can do a lot of cool things with this one. Sophie Curse Maiden, a fantastic design, a very interesting direction for a Selesnya commander. Congratulations again, Daremoon, on your 6th place finish. Let's take a look at our next card with 5th place from Asha Belinar 24 with Witch of the Waste. We've got a 3/4 Human Warlock for 5 mana in black. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a Curse Roll token attached to target creature an opponent controls. If you control an on it, you put that one in the graveyard, and enchant creature is going to be a 1/1, so shrinks creatures down. Each opponent's maximum hand size is reduced by 1 for each creature they control that's enchanted by an aura you control. Brutal. This is what Asha Belinar had to say about the design. Since we all know that the Witch of the Waste curses people to make herself stronger, I decided to use the Curse Roll token, as it's not used as much since Eldraine, and I wanted to make her somewhat brutal, as she is a brutally hurt woman. I kind of feel bad for the Witch of the Waste. Obviously, I went with black, as she is a very black mana type individual with her curses and killing people in the movie. As for the second ability, I wanted it to feel brutal, given the reducing hand size can hurt people, and given the amount of discard shenanigans that black has, I felt it was appropriate to her brutal abilities. Well, my goodness, Asha Belinar, 24, you have designed something that is so incredibly unique and so incredibly brutal. I am terrified by it. Absolutely. Being able to go mono black auras with this can be a really cool concept. Utilize, again, maybe some discard effects, some controlling effects, and yeah, just decimating your opponent's creatures by taking their biggest creature and turning it into a tiny little creature that is actually being, well, I mean, again, negative toward its own controller by taking down their own hand size. It is impacting them so much. Yeah, again, a brutally effective, amazing design. Congratulations again, Asha Belinar, on your, well, 5th place finish. Let's move forward to number 4 from Parzival 14 with Turnip Head, Cursed Prince, a 2/5 Scarecrow Noble for X and Bant colors. Assist, assist, assist. Another 3 players can pay up to X of this spell's cost. Spells you cast have assist. When Turnip Head enters, if it was cast, each player who spent mana to cast it draws a card. Whenever a player spends mana to cast a spell they don't control, that player creates a tapped treasure token. And this is what Parzival had to say about the design. The idea for this design was to make a silly little guy, and was inspired by a discussion about how group hug and fun ways to make it work with politics and player agency. I decided to go with Turnip Head from Howl's Moving Castle because he is notably helpful and friendly character who aids Sophie throughout the film. I had to make a few interesting choices with assist, putting multiple instances of it on Turnip Head himself so that more than one opponent can help cast him. Additionally, granting all spells assist allows people to work together in ways that Magic doesn't usually allow, and getting a small reward for doing so. I'd personally build this deck as mostly a ramp creatures stack with ways to benefit off your opponents making treasures and drawing cards. Well, absolutely a very cool concept for a group hug politic type of a commander that can have a controlling feel to it as well, where you are, again, benefiting other players, but also they are benefiting you too. I love bringing in assist on a commander in this kind of a way, with a really cool workaround too. An amazing way to build around this commander. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love it in Bant too. It seems like a lot of fun, and of course, yeah, you can find some ways to benefit from your opponent's casting, things, helping you cast them, I should say, drawing those cards, making treasure tokens. You do a lot of cool things with this one. I love the design. Congratulations again, Parzival 14, on your 4th place finish. Coming in at 3rd place from Crumble Butter, we've got Brunhild, Seabound Dreamer, a 0/2 Fish Child with Soul Bond for a single blue mana. As long as it's paired with another creature, both creatures have Ward 1. Beginning of your end step, if Brunhild is paired with a human, transform it, and it transforms into Ponyo, Enamored Adventurer, a 0/3 Fish Human Child. As long as Ponyo is paired with another creature, both creatures have Ward 2, and whenever you cast your first instant spell each turn, this creature explores. At the beginning of your end step, if Ponyo isn't paired with a creature, transform it. This is what Crumblewater had to say about this unique design. There's a lot of great Ghibli characters, but I wanted to make sure Brunhild, later named Ponyo by Sosuke, was represented on this list. There's a lot of aspects that could be captured, but I wanted to capture her fascination with humans in the bond she forms. What better mechanic to represent this than Soul Bond, which has a stronger effect when she is paired with a human. With a human friend, she finds in her an outlet for a sense of adventure, just as she does with Sasuke in the film. As a 1-drop, it's not a game-changing effect, but I hope it captures her nature well, enables a human-focused deck in Izzet, blue for her natural curiosity, and red for emotional attachment to her human partner. Well, I think you did an amazing job, Crumble Butter, on this design. I love bringing in a new, unique kind of deck to Izzet. That is, you know what? You can do some spell slinging, obviously, getting a lot of benefits from Again, casting your first instant spell each turn with 1 trip around the table. That's potentially 4 triggers off this, exploring a ton. A unique effect, absolutely. And again, going kind of, is it humans? Isn't like the typical build for an Izzet deck, but I absolutely love it. Bringing something different, bringing some unique. A 1-drop commander in Izzet can be a really cool commander like this one. Absolutely a fantastic design utilizing Soulbond and transforming. I love it. Congratulations again, Crumble Butter, on your 3rd place finish. All right, buckle up for this next one. At 2nd place, we've got the Magic Brewers Halpen Dragon Rekindled. A 4/4 human wizard with flying and haste for 5 mana in Mardu. When Halpen Dragon attacks, choose 1. Create a token that's a copy of target curse, or sacrifice a curse you control, then Halpen Dragon deals damage equal to sacrifice curse mana value to any target. And this is what the Magic Brewer had to say about the design. Halpen Dragon, one of Studio Ghibli's most iconic characters, felt like a perfect fit for a Universes Beyond Magic the Gathering card. His journey in Howl's Moving Castle, bouncing his own curse while breaking those cast upon others, inspired this design. I wanted to capture that duality, a powerful wizard, both bound by magic and skilled at unraveling it. Curses as a mechanic have often felt underpowered in MTG, so bringing Hal into the multiverse is a fresh way to showcase their potential. I'm excited to see how players use Halpen Dragon, not just as a spellcaster, but also a strategic piece in decks that embrace enchantments, curses, and the beauty of Studio Ghibli's storytelling. Well, I love this commander. I think that there's a ton of potential for it, and a really, really cool thing because, again, yeah, curses have not gotten the attention that I think they deserve as well. And bringing out their full potential with this one, being able to create copies, being able to maybe take advantage of extra combats as well, being able to double up maybe with an Ishin potentially, yeah, that'd be quite nice. Maybe even double up or triple up the damage that you are dealing with certain effects out there too. You can do a lot of exciting and spicy things with this one, and giving curses a new home around a really exciting commander, I absolutely am in favor for. Congratulations again on your 2nd place finish, the Magic Brewer. Fantastic design. But now the moment that you've all been waiting for. In 1st place from Boros, we've got Kiki Delivery, which a 1/2 human warlock with Hideaway 3 for 2 mana and Azorius. As long as it's your turn, Kiki has flying. Whenever Kiki deals combo to a player, you may put the exile card in your hand. If you do, that player creates a 1/1 white toy artifact creature token. Exile Kiki, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control. This is what Boros had to say about the design. When I think of iconic Ghibli characters, the delightful witch Kiki is one that always comes to mind. I wanted to try to catch the whimsy of the movie while highlighting her delivery service role, so mechanically I thought that occasionally flying, made sense. She sets aside her paycheck for the controller with Hideaway, and then she delivers the toy. She gets the card. I'd use her as a blink and card advantage commander mostly, making her versatile and able to fill whatever role the deck builder would like her to fill. Thanks to the community and Mitch for hosting this challenge. Well, thank you, Boros, for this amazing design. I absolutely love it. And yes, flying on your turn makes complete sense to me. I love bringing in Hideaway to commander. I never even thought about that, putting Hideaway on a commander like this. Oh my goodness, what a cool effect, and saying, hey, you know what? I'm, delivering something to you through combat damage, but I'm delivering it to you. Here you go. Here's your 1/1 toy. Great. Awesome. By the way, Hideaway. Lovely. Yeah, being able to essentially say, you know what? I am going to just keep repeating this again and again and again, delivering more and more and more things, getting so much value out of this low to the ground, exciting commander. I love the design. Again, very unique, bringing Hideaway in. I just can't get over that. Absolutely. Congratulations again, Boros, on your 1st place finish. Well earned. Again, a massive thank you to everyone over at Custom Dragon Highlander. It is a fantastic community of people making amazing custom cards and, yeah, competing in competitions like this one. So if you are interested, make sure you join their incredible community. I will include that Discord invite link in the description below. And again, a massive thank you to Alno for putting on this challenge and Chrome Butter for helping with it as well. And again, thank you everyone for, participating, voting, and for you all out there watching as well. Make sure you join their amazing community. And with that, this episode is come to a close. Make sure you comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.